Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver number 35, stand up to cancer forward. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Coyote Canyon, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DXR, presented by Lawrence Equipment. Tonight's race is going to be at Sonoma Rallycross. Let's go ahead and pull up the information for tonight's race as we get going. Also, another sponsor for tonight's race is going to be Joker Graphics, and for our broadcast sponsors, Critical at Bass Lures and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have out tonight is going to be Sonoma Rallycross race number 7. Also, big news flash for all the racers out there that are running for points, aka Josh Edmondson and I believe Darren up in front. Cam is taking a knee tonight. Provisionals has been awarded to him. he needs to take it. So, and with the field size we have out tonight, that is definitely not going to play in his favor. I know we had a short field last race. So, with that being said, he's going to take a pretty big point hit. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to see some racing out here. Once again, Sonoma Rallycross, there are a couple stipulations for this track. So these guys on the uphill, they are not allowed to gain position if they go off track. That's pretty much the only stipulation. We're talking about the off track section. On that uphill, you can actually get speed on the inside, and then also on the left side when you're going around the bend. You actually can get half your tires off there, and for some reason it gets a boost of speed. So if these guys step out and do that and gain position while doing that, to either close up on someone or get around them, that is going to be a point deduction on them. Hopefully that doesn't happen. With that being said, we also will have a comp caution coming up at lap 7. Admins will throw that caution over the voice chat. Everyone's going to need to pack up at the end of lap 7. Once that happens, we're going to pace around. Last guy in the back of the pack is going to call the restart after the jump into that finish line up front. And easy peasy lemon squeezy, that is going to be it for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 drivers out here. Josh Edmondson, Mikey Lawrence, Zach Drapkin, Gary Green, Paul Owens. Oh, make that 11. Thomas Elliott, Trenton Bailey, Rocky Battenfield, new driver out here. Brock Dickerson, Darren Hardesty, and Luke Knupp. Make that 11. All right, Sonoma. This is one of my favorite tracks, both with the Pro 2s and Pro 4s. Honestly, this track with these trucks, it's the right amount of length. They do peak out on that long run, but at the same time, that uphill section is so much fun to climb, and you can really get going fast up there. And it looks like practice should be almost over. I'll go ahead and show you guys what the times that people are throwing down right now. So Josh Edmondson with a 45.629 throws down even a faster time. And Gary Green right behind him with a 45.988. And then Mikey Lawrence with a 46.814. These guys will have to go into heats and battle it out. Also, something that is a little bit of a change. We used to do 2 jokers for these races. We are actually reducing that to only 1 joker. So only 1 joker will be need to be taken during the heat races and also during the feature race. New drivers out on the track, once again, is Rocky Battenfield and Paul Owens, Thomas Elliott, and Brock Dickerson. Good to have them out there, and we'll see what they do out tonight. Looks like Battenfield throwing down a pretty decent time. Briley up ahead of him. Briley's a tough person to beat on Sonoma. He's definitely someone to watch out for. He'll battle back and forth with you. He hasn't been here for most of the racing for season 2, but good to have him back up in front. Owens looks like he's throwing down a decent time. We know him from the Core Series. He's one of the premier racers, and he said he was interested in racing these Pro 4, Pro 2s. And so since he helped me do some broadcasting and is going to continue to help me broadcast for the Core Series, I figured why not get them the trucks, let them come out and race with you guys, and put on a good show for everyone. All right, minute left. Go ahead and get up, get some refreshments, grab some snacks, get ready to see some racing, because once this practice is over, it is back-to-back heats. These heats go by real fast, and then we'll be slapping straight into the feature race. No warm-ups, no brakes, just all gas. Kind of curious if we're going to have someone beat Josh Edmondson on the heats, and Josh might have a hard time moving up, because before... it's tough. Cam was definitely a strong runner up front. You know, he's got 6 wins under his belt. But Josh has been on his coattails pretty much the whole season. So it's going to be interesting to see if Josh can claim the top spot, or if one of these other drivers, Darren Hardesty or Zach Drapkin, or even some of the newer guys coming up there like Luke Knupp, will be able to claim the top spot. And there we go. Practice is over, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for the first heat. Who will it be? All right, so first heat is going to be Josh Edmondson, Paul Owens, Gary Green, and Brock Dickerson. That is a good lineup. Waiting for these guys to queue up on the track. One more to go. Once again, these drivers do need to take one caution. And Dickerson not able to queue up in time. Just waiting on him. Believe he's got about a minute 30 seconds. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go green with heat number 1 up in front. Who's going to take it? Oh, Paul Owens with a false start, pulls off to the side. Oh, you didn't need to do that. Got a little excited there. Looks like he's going to be giving himself a little bit of an EOL there, but didn't have to drop back like that. Good on him, though. Gary Greeny up in front. Josh Edmondson right behind him. Brock Dickerson dropping out just for a quick second. Paul Owens right behind him as they jump over. Question is, who is going to take that Joker the first round? Gary Green with the first good shot into that corner. Remember, these guys got to stay off that infield dirt if they're looking to gain any position. Gary holding on strong. Good exit out of turn 1, or out of the top of that corner going into turn 1. Can he keep it down into that little chicane? Who is going to take the Joker? Josh is going to go for it. That's a quick call. Oh no, Brock Dickerson gets on the bike. Gets it clean down the jump, but Paul Owens is going to get past him. There we go. All right, Josh Edmondson up in front now with the lead. Gary Green behind him. Paul Owens and Brock Dickerson. Brock falling back behind after that jump. That was definitely crucial for him. All right, top of turn 4 going into 1. It's going to be on Gary. What is he going to do? Last lap, he's got to take the Joker. Can he get enough speed off of it, though? Ooh, slow entrance into that Joker, and Josh is going, gone. Paul not taking the Joker. That is going to affect him. I believe I communicated to him that he's got to take one Joker during the heats. Oh, that is going to put him in the back of the pack. Hopefully he's able to work his back up in the future. Also, if you guys didn't know, after these races, everyone does make it into the feature race. This isn't a knockout session. We do not have enough drivers to do that, but we do try and get everyone in it more equal position with their qualifying times and how they finish in the sense of this race up here. And it looks like it's going to be Josh Edmondson, Gary Green, Paul Owens, and Brock Dickerson. And I think with no Joker being... Oh, no, he did take the Joker on the last run. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Let's see the lineup. It's going to be Zach Drapkin, Darren Hardesty, Mikey Lawrence, and Luke Knupp. Ooh, that is a lineup to be scared of. Luke Knupp behind both Darren Hardesty and Zach Drapkin. Mikey Lawrence on the outside. Turn 1 is going to get a little hairy. And we are green to go. Luke with a great restart behind Zach Drapkin, though. Can't get around him. Darren Hardesty and Zach locking up in the front. Opening the door on the inside. Can they beat him around the corner? Pushes him to the outside just a tad bit. Sets up for the corner. Oh, Luke is taking the Joker first round. Not too much of a lead there, though. That he's got to be careful of. That Joker only gives you about a second and a half up in front, and he's really got to work that now. Darren Hardesty looking to the inside of... Oh, cuts the course and gets around Zach Drapkin. Mikey Lawrence also able to push past him. Zach just looks a little loose in the front. Looks like Luke Knupp got an EOL for going off track. Or he crashed into something. Shows a crash on my screen. All right, up front, Mikey Lawrence, Darren Hardesty running away with it. Who is going to pop off into the Joker? Darren's going to go ahead and queue up for it. He wants to get that lead ahead of these guys. Zach now having to battle out with Luke Knupp. Mikey Lawrence trying to run away from both of those guys. But the battle in the back between Zach Drapkin and Luke Knupp, here we go. Luke backing off again. I wonder what's going on with him. All right, getting ready for the last lap. Mikey Lawrence, Zach Drapkin, all queue up for the Joker. Here we go. White flag is out. Darren Hardesty now has Mikey Lawrence hot on his tail still. Was able to gain a little bit of lead on that Joker lap and get away from them. All three of these drivers battling out. Oh, Zach overshoots the corner. Can he rotate it? Down the straight. Getting ready for the finish. Darren Hardesty. Can he keep the speed and cross that line in time? Oh, Mikey Lawrence is just reeling him back in. Ladies and gentlemen, our 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to be Darren Hardesty, Mikey Lawrence, Zach Drapkin, and Luke Knupp. Ooh, going, gone. We have sent him to the moon. Houston, we have a problem. All right, next battle is going to be between Rocky Battenfield, Elliott Watson, and Trent Briley. All right, just waiting on Rocky to queue up. All right, looks like Rocky did not make it. Or he's just not present. That is not good. All right, it's going to be Thomas and Trent Briley going at it side by side. Mano y mano right now. And it looks like Elliott Watson with a good lead in front of Trenton Briley. Trent needs to get back on his feet and catch up to him. Queuing up for the Joker. Trenton's going to blow past it, go for the jump. It's one of those races where you kind of have to follow right behind him. Trent Bradley running those 92 Designs paint scheme. I really like his paint scheme. He's always had this really, really awesome paint scheme. As he sets himself up, you can see, tries to pitch it over just a little too soon. Takes it up the hill. White flag going to be coming out. But Trenton just too far behind right now. Oh, he's going to wait till the last moment to use his Joker. White flag is out. Up the hill we go. Elliott Watson. Trent Briley. And it looks like Elliott just with a dominating lead in front of Trenton right now. Trenton kicking out that rear end. Cuts into the Joker. Ladies and gentlemen, up in front, it's going to be Thomas Elliott and Trenton Briley. That's going to give them a good run into this feature race. With Trenton coming in second, he's actually going to have a chance to be up a little higher than some of the other drivers. Got lucky. Alrighty, here we go. That is a full field tonight. 11 drivers out tonight at Sonoma Rallycross. Turn 1 is going to get hairy. No doubt about that. Still waiting on Darren Hardesty and Rocky Battenfield. See if they'll be queuing up. All right, nope. None from them. Here we go. We are going green once again for this feature. Up in front, Elliott Watson, Josh Edmondson into turn 1. Oh, it's going to get tight. A little bit of push there from Gary. 3 wide. Trenton getting pushed to the outside. Clean entrance into that jump. That is one of the most scariest points to have 3 wide, and those guys just went by side on that. That was beautiful. Elliott Watson sitting in second, Luke Knupp in third, Trenton Briley riding in fourth right now, battling it out with Gary Greeny as they go up into the hill. Trenton Briley overshoots Gary Greeny, shoots up into the center of the field. Oh, Trenton gets turned by Zach Drapkin there. Straightens himself out, back out in the track. Up in front, Josh Edmondson, Thomas Elliott, Luke Knupp, 1, 2, 3. Gary Greeny bringing up in fourth. Mikey Lawrence and Zach Drapkin battling it out for fifth and sixth. Brock Dickerson right behind these guys. Going across the Joker, Josh Edmondson. Looks like no one queuing up for the Joker just yet. Oh, Trenton trying to sending in a little bit deeper to make up some of that lost time. Luke Knupp getting around Elliott Watson. Can he maintain that lead? Josh Edmondson doing good. All right, who is going to take the first Joker? No one yet. They're going to hold on to it, keep it in their back pocket. Josh Edmondson, Luke Knupp, Elliott Watson, Gary Greeny, Mikey Lawrence, Zach Drapkin, side by side, Paul Owens, and I believe Trenton Briley. Nope, Paul sitting in back. That's Brock and Trenton Briley side by side. Looks like Gary trying to stay ahead of Mikey Lawrence as Mikey's trying to reel him back in. Nice clean uphill. Over the jump we go. Luke Knupp putting a decent gap between him and Elliott Watson. Gary Green still has Mikey Lawrence hot in his tail. Zach Drapkin leading the back of the pack. Trenton Briley, Brock Dickerson, and Paul Owens all looking to gain some position on each other. Paul, sending it in on that corner on the tail of Brock Dickerson. Can he beat him around the corner? Looking to stay on that fast line. Overshoots into the outside. Has to be careful. He might drive it in a little too deep and give him a bump. Goes for the inside of him. Contact. Swipes across his front end. Brock Dickerson's probably going to have a little bit of a rebuttal coming into this corner. Gives him a tap. Overshoots him. Sends him into turn one. Gary looking to catch up to Elliott Watson there. 5 laps down, 2 to go before that caution comes out. Gary kicking out his back end. Elliott's got the right idea. Slow and low up that hill. Don't want to be spinning your tires. You want it to kind of just move smoothly up that hill. Gary's got some speed behind him. Is he going to try and beat him on that turn on turn one? Going down into the little straight chicane. Looks like Darren Hardesty using his Joker to catch up. Decent battle between these guys right now. Once again, Elliott Watson, Gary Greeny, and I believe that is Mikey Lawrence behind him. That's going to be 3, 4, and 5. These guys looking to get that position on each other. They have 1 lap to go before they pile back up again. What is going to happen? And there we go. Lap 7 is out. We should be seeing admin caution being rolled out at the end of lap 7. Just checking up front with the blimp cam. Looks like Josh Edmondson still leading the pack strong. Luke Knupp right behind him. Thomas Elliott once again being followed by Gary Green and Mikey Lawrence. Zach Drapkin leading in front of Trenton Briley and Paul Owens. Looks like Darren Hardesty and Brock Dickerson are being pushed back to the back of the pack. Hopefully they're able to get back out there during that comp caution to regain some laps. And there we go, slowing down. Everyone packing back up, getting ready for the race. So far, only 2 drivers have used their Joker, one being Darren Hardesty. Everyone's saving it for the last section of the race. 7 laps to go. Josh Edmondson, Luke Knupp, Elliott Watson, Gary Green, Mikey Lawrence, Zach Drapkin, Trenton Briley, Paul Owens, and then Darren Hardesty. Looks like he's dropping to the back of the pack. All right, here we go. Restart should be on Darren Hardesty. Josh Edmondson, Luke Knupp, and Elliott Watson shooting up that hill. Elliott looking to the inside of Luke, giving him a little bit of a push there. Looks like Mikey Lawrence battling it out with Gary Green. Trenton Briley looking to get up next to Paul Owens. What I'm really curious about is who's going to take the first Joker. Let's find out. Josh Edmondson queues up. Luke Knupp shoots past. Elliott Watson also looking to get away from that. Oh, and look at that. I think that was Paul Owens just dropped in a Joker too, trying to catch up and make a movement on the field. Josh trying to put as much of a gap he can between him and Luke Knupp. Elliott Watson still keeping it in his back pocket. Gary Green, he's still alive. Down the hill we go. Luke Knupp does not take the Joker, nor does anyone else at the moment. Josh still with a good lead. Zach Drapkin, goes for the Joker, but overshoots it just a tad bit. Looks like Trenton Briley also queuing up behind him. That's one of those things where if you see someone taking the Joker, you kind of have to do it either the next lap. The more time you give them to get away from you, it's the worse it's going to get. Riding along with Gary Green right now. Elliott Watson right in front of Luke Knupp, in front of Elliott. Looks like Elliott queuing up for the Joker. Can he get enough of a run on Luke Knupp? He's got to close that gap and try and take him on. No position gain from that. Ouch. Bad entrance into the Joker cost him time. The Joker is definitely one of those situations. You take it, it can make or break your run, especially if you enter it wrong. And it looks like Elliott Watson just had a bad run into that Joker. We have a battle right now. Oh, Luke Knupp queuing up for the Joker. Who else is going to join him in on it? Elliott holding his line. Gary sticking to it. Mikey Lawrence rolling it out. Look at that gap that Joker puts down. Wow. 2 laps to go. Josh Edmondson nowhere to be found. Luke Knupp trying to run him down, but just doesn't have the speed right now. And looks like Gary shooting up the gut, trying to catch up to Watson. He wants that 3rd place. He's going to go side by side with him. If I was Gary, I would queue up for the Joker this roundabout. This is the one to take it on. No, he's going to stick to his guns and keep going. Both Green and Lawrence are the only drivers that have not taken their Joker that are still out on the track tonight. Does Gary believe he can get around Elliott without having to take that Joker? We saw him have a good run right here on this section up the hill. Can he keep that up, though? One to go. After they complete this lap, we will have that white flag and then the checkered. Ooh, gives him a bump. Down the straight. This is the battle to be. Splitting it off. He takes the Joker. Can he beat him? Oh, this is going to be a side-by-side battle for both Gary Green and Watson. Looks like Gary able to get a good run off that corner. Gets in front of him. Watson has to get him back if he wants that third place. White flag out. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The battle for third is going to be decided on this lap. Elliott looking for a position to get around him. He only has a couple opportunities to pass. He's going to send it in sideways. Oh, no. Tries to correct himself and just rotates it over. Oh, man, that is going to do it. And up in front for the finish, Josh Edmondson in first, second, Luke Knupp. Gary Green beating Elliott Watson by a hair, and Mikey Lawrence trying to sneak in and snag fourth from him. What a run. Way to go, guys. That was awesome. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Drivers all celebrating out tonight. Once again, Josh Edmondson, Luke Knupp, Gary Green, 1, 2, and 3. Elliott Watson in 4th. Mikey Lawrence in 5th. Zach Drapkin in 6th. Trent Briley in 7th. Paul Owens in 8th. Darren Hardsey in 9th. Brock Dickerson 10th. And Rocky Battenfield sitting in 11th. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an intense race. Let's get these guys in the booth and ask them how they thought of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, our third place our third place finisher, Gary Greeny, sneaking in front of Elliott Watson with that last Joker, drops it down like a reverse card on Uno, and gets ahead of him. Dude, that was awesome.
Yeah, I was kind of chasing him down there the whole race, and bumped into him there a couple times, and I was finally close enough to try to make my move. I was able to throw down a nice Joker lap and get by him for the last lap.
Yeah, I know. Elliott had a hard run. He made a bad entrance when he dropped his Joker, and that kind of really, messed it up for him. And then I saw you had a really good run going up that hill on him. You kept getting up on his bumper and just looking for that space, and then it just, that's perfect timing when you're that close and you can't find a pass. You might as well just take the Joker and get ahead of him.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Sonoma, it's a super fun track, but it's also super hard to pass on.
It extremely is.
Yeah, so I just tried to get, as close as I could. It was coming into lap 14. I didn't want to take the Joker on the 15th in case I made a mistake, so
Yep.
I went ahead and shot for it on the 14th while I was close to him and was able to capitalize.
That was a good race, man. That was a good idea. Well, do you have anyone you want to shout out and thank?
I'd like to thank a couple people that have supported me in my actual racing. My whole family's been helping me out, and my wife for letting me even be on here racing, really.
Awesome, man. Well, you did a good job out there. Thank you for coming out, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
You got it, man. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, Gary Green finishing in third. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in our second place finisher. That's going to be Luke Knupp. Ladies and gentlemen, our second place finisher, the one, the only, Luke Knupp. Welcome back to the booth, man. Missed ya.
Thanks, man. That was a fun race.
That's a tough one. What happened there on that heat race? I saw you drop back behind.
Made a rookie mistake and took the Joker on the first lap, and it gave me a black flag.
That's what I was like. That's what I thought. I was like, you took the Joker. And you know, it's funny. Josh told me that you wouldn't get a black flag on the first lap Joker. It's only Daytona, and I was right, Josh. I win.
But yeah,
sorry to hear about that, man. That sucks.
That's all good. It made it more challenging in the main.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you know, honestly, that was probably one of the cleanest runs through the turn 1 and turn 2 that I've seen for Sonoma. With all you guys piled up like that, you guys went almost 4 wide into that jump, and no one got turned. That was insane.
Yeah, it was sketchy starting last because I saw everyone just like push a little bit wide in turn 1, and I kind of just made my way through, and then I found myself third from 11th. So I'll take it.
Yeah, definitely found the space to make a run up there. We're able to get ahead of Mikey, or not Mikey, get ahead of Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
Not Mikey Lawrence. Sorry, get ahead of Watson there. And honestly, I think Watson should have queued up right behind you. The moment you took that Joker, he should have been on your tail, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't do it, and you started gaining the same way Josh did. Someone takes a Joker, you have to kind of do it because they're just going to keep running on you and going for that faster line. But you did a great job out there, man.
Yeah, he made a mistake going in the Joker. I was going to discord him, and he messed up. So that definitely helped me with my breathing room towards the end of the race.
Yeah, he locked up his tires too hard.
Yep.
Well, man, you still had a really good run out there. Anyone you want to shout out and thank for tonight's race?
Ultra Wheels, my title sponsor, Rigid Industries, Sparco, AIM, Diamondback Materials, Lucas Oil Products, DXR, and Legacy Esports. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Good job out there, man. Can't wait to see you next week.
Yep. And happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, our first place finisher, Josh Edmondson. Josh, dude, you're not in second. Yeah.
I know. Finally.
Better stay like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Dude, hell of a run out there. You kind of, you and Cam have a lot of similar strategies, so it's tough to really separate you guys in comparison. You did kind of what he would do, which is you break away as fast as possible and you just drive your line. A lot of those guys, it's one of those things where, especially on Sonoma and some of the other rally courses, if someone takes a Joker, you need to take it right behind them. They can get away from you so fast and you have nothing to follow. And if they already have a faster line to start, their line is only going to get better. And
exactly.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know. I was happy to start up front because I think I've been in Cam's heat race every time so far this season, and so that
I don't do that on purpose. I promise.
No, I know they're random, but so I've ended up starting in the second row, and I knew Gary was really fast, and he was in my heat. And he had to start second row, so I knew that I had that little advantage if I could get out front, like you said, and gap a little bit, that I could run my own lines and be fine. So. Yeah, got lucky. I was able to do that. Happy with it.
Yeah, great job out there, man. Are you excited? I believe we're going to be hitting. I gotta double check the track, but we should be hitting Virginia International Speedway next week. I'm going to double check the track this week just to make sure it's drivable, because I know we had 2 tracks on there that were not drivable, and I apologize for that. They look cool over the track map,
right?
But once we started practicing on them, they just became a little unmanageable.
Yeah. Well, these Pro 2s are a lot of fun on most tracks, though, so I'm sure it's good. I don't actually own Virginia. I'll have to buy that, but that's fine. I have no problem with that. I definitely have fun racing these things on the road courses, so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. Do you have anyone you want to shout out or say thank you to? Any sponsors?
Yeah, shout out to Rocket Racing Setups. Go on there and check out my setups for the off-road tracks, and yeah, just you for putting this on. I'm stoked I got the win. I'm looking forward to go watch it. Awesome,
man. Well, thank you for coming up here. Good job on your first place. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for tonight. Short and sweet. That's how we like it at DXR. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night for iRacing Short Course. I believe that is on the schedule. Let me just double check. because it is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up, so I could be they could be on an off week, but I believe we are scheduled for that. Let me just give me 1 second. If I could find it. I'm going to go ahead and say if it's not, it is what it is. But once again, thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys next week on a road course. We'll see how these guys handle the road. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a great Tuesday evening, and I'll see you guys around. Oh, and also, thank you to our sponsors, Lawrence Equipment and Joker Graphics, also for our broadcast sponsors, Critical Ambassadors and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. I got it.